So how to name organic compounds? Alkanes. So an alkane is basically a saturated hydrocarbon, a carbon with a maximum amount of bonds, with only single bonds, and it only has hydrogen and carbon. So the general form of an alkane looks just like that. Okay, so here's an example of an alkane. Notice how it has only single bonds, and each carbon is connected to either another hydrogen or another carbon. So this is how we name it. So you take the ane in alkane, and then you're going to use it as ending, and then you attach a prefix to it. These are prefixes you're just going to have to memorize, and there's some madness to it, like Greek roots and whatnot, or Latin. I'm not sure if it's Greek or Latin. And using this, you're going to take the number of carbons and you're going to apply it to one of the roots, or prefixes, I mean. So let's say you have CH4. That's one carbon, so that's going to be methane, just like that. Or let's say you have C8H18. 8 carbons, 8 is oct, so that's going to be octane. So next we have alkane isomers. So basically an isomer is the same molecule but has a different structure because it has like different bonds and stuff. So in alkanes, isomers will have branches of carbons making their structure different. Remember, branches. So alkyne isomers start at butane. So here we have two examples of pentane. They're both pentane because they have 5 carbons, but they're named differently because they're isomers. So the first one's pentane and the second one's 2-methylbutane. But you're probably like, wait, you said they're both pentane. Why is the second one named butane and has some funny thing in it? I'm going to explain that right now. So basically, naming isomers of alkanes. So you're going to find the longest carbon chain and name it using the ane ending and a prefix. So like that. And there's 4 carbons, and that's all in a chain. You're not going to count the top one because that's not part of the consecutive chain. Or you can count it like that. That's all part of a chain, except the bottom, that other part, is not part of that chain. It's kind of crazy, but that's why the other one was not pentane. So next you're going to name the substituents, or the branches, and these will end with YL and have a prefix. And then you can write the position of the substituent and how many. So the types of branches of alkanes. These are all the nice fancy branches. There's some madness to it, like meth is 1 and eth is 2, like the other branches, like the naming for alkanes. But you're just going to have to memorize this. So here's an example. So again, we're going to see that there's 4 carbons, so that's butane. And then we're going to find the branch, and there's 1 carbon, so that's going to be methyl. And then next we're going to number it. So we're going to start at the end closest to the branch, so that's the left side. And then it's going to be 2 right there. So it's 2-methylbutane. Now if there are 2, it'd be dimethylbutane or 3-trimethylbutane, something like that. Well, actually, just kidding, there's not 3. It'd be 2-dimethylbutane if there was 1 on the bottom. Cyclic alkanes. So basically, that's an alkane that forms a ring. So the general formula looks like that. And how to name cyclic alkanes. So you name the ring like you would an alkane. So you count the carbons in the ring, all that good stuff. And then you're going to add a cycle. And this starts at cyclopropane because you can't really have it at like ethane because you can't make a ring out of 2 points. So isomers of cyclic alkanes. So it's basically the same thing. You're going to use all the names and rules of alkane chain isomers. And you're going to list the branches alphabetically. And then you're going to number it so they have the smallest number possible. So here's an example. Let's pretend each point on that pentagon is a carbon. So that's going to be cyclopentane. Remember, we attached the prefix cyclo to the name. And then we name our isomers propyl and methyl. So now let's you put the numbers in. So propyl is 5 and methyl is 1. But that's wrong because we want propyl to have the smallest number possible. So instead we're going to switch it like this. Propyl is going to be 1 and methyl is going to be 2. So it's going to be 2-methyl-1-propyl cyclopentane. That's a mouthful. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, please. We hope you learned a lot, and we also hope you ace.